one of the big winners today was Laura Trott. Last week, she was on this programme as the Pensions Minister. Well, tonight she joined us as a newly promoted Chief Secretary to the Treasury. I asked her reaction to the promotion.
I'm absolutely delighted. I was literally preparing for DWP orals in my old role as Minister for Pensions, and you just get a call and told to be in number 10 in 5 minutes, which is obviously very exciting. I get to smile at you on the way up, Sophie, not knowing what you're going in for. And then...
Avoid the shouts.
And then, well, you don't know, right? You've got no idea when you're walking up. What
Probably won't be sacked, though.
That is the hope, but, you know, anything can happen in politics. But no, I'm absolutely delighted.
What are your main priorities in the new role?
I think I'm going in, you know, I'm joining a team, the Prime Minister and the Chancellor, who are absolutely focused on growing the economy and making sure that we bear down on inflation. So that is my priority too. Obviously, we've got the autumn statement coming up, and I'm looking forward to working with the Chancellor on that in the next week or so.
Don't take this wrong way, but your appointment's been completely overshadowed by the return of David Cameron. You obviously used to work with him.
I did.
So you must be quite pleased.
I am. I'm absolutely delighted. I think he brings a depth of experience to the government. Something, you know, he has been a statesman over many, many years, and I think he will bring enormous amounts to the government, and I'm delighted that he's doing the role.
There's now as many former advisors to David Cameron in Cabinet, including yourself, as there are MPs who represent northern constituencies. Is that a problem?
Well, I think you've got Rick Holden, the brilliant Rick Holden, who is now party chairman, which is fantastic. And, of course, the Prime Minister represents the northern
there too.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
you've got Oliver Dowden on the other side.
But I think what is really, really important is you've got a strong and united team here who are focused on delivering the change that the country needs and focusing on the people's priorities.
We talk a lot about who's up and who's down in reshuffles, the sort of personalities. But it feels to me that this is a significant moment. Does it signal a change of direction from the government?
I don't know about a change of direction, but this is the Prime Minister's team. This is a team which are 100% behind him, who are going to really make the difference to people.
But it matters on policy terms as well, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
I mean, for example, you know, we've been talking a lot about still having the kind of revolver on the table about potentially leaving the ECHR, the European Court of Human Rights. I mean, come on, with David Cameron as Foreign Secretary, that's off the table now, isn't it? That's not going to happen.
No, this is the Prime Minister's government.
Come on, you're not going to leave the ECHR with David Cameron as Foreign Secretary.
I'm not going to call
another
that.
one.
I think this is if you think about the direction of government in terms of cracking down on small boats, on making sure that life means life, on delivering on the benefits of Brexit, none of that has changed.
It feels, though, you know, look at the overall composition of it. Suella Braverman out, David Cameron back in, yourself, you know, someone who would presumably describe yourself as a kind of one nation Tory promoted. Is it a sign that you've given up on the red wall and actually for the election next time you're focusing on the core vote, the kind of blue wall constituencies?
No, not at all. We are focused on delivering the priorities of the people of this country, and that includes stopping the boats. We've made huge progress, but we're going to go further. That is one of the first things that James Cleverly said today as Home Secretary. You know, we are focused on driving down on crime. That was a big focus within the King's speech. You know, making sure that life means life. That is an incredibly important issue that I know resonates across the country. And then also on delivering on the benefits of Brexit, which is something that Kemi remains very focused on.
It's a serious point here, though. I'm just trying to work out who Rishi Sunak is. You know, is he the kind of swashbuckling Brexiteer who backs Suella Braverman on small boats, or is he the kind of one nation David Cameron lover who wants to hug huskies and hoodies? Who is he?
I think he's not defined by someone else. He's defined by who he is, somebody who is a patriot who is determined to deliver for the people of this country, who has worked incredibly hard on stabilising the economy, who is bearing down on inflation right now, who is making sure that we're stopping the boats and making sure that we're growing the economy. You know, he is a very decent individual who is a real privilege to work for.
Was it the right thing to sack Suella Braverman?
It's the Prime Minister's decision who he hires and fires.
What's your opinion, though?
No, I mean, it's the Prime Minister's decision.
You're going to have to get used to this. Now that you're on the cabinet table,
I'm always delighted to speak to you, so
I know, of course,
and I'm always delighted to speak to you,
Was it the right decision to sack Suella Braverman?
I think it's the Prime Minister's decision, and I'm obviously here backing the Prime Minister, but it's not for me to speculate who's up and who's down. And also, this is
well, she's down. I can tell you what's happened there.
This is the personal thing, right? Like, you know, it's not very nice. She's a colleague. I don't want to be focused on the past. I want to focus on the future and the united team that the Prime Minister now has.
She has said that we're going to hear more from her in due course. Do you think she could be bit of a problem on the backbenchers?
I'm not going to speculate on that.
Come on. She's going to be a leadership rival for him, isn't she? She's been running the campaign for the last few months.
At home right now, people are suffering from inflation. They want to hear about a government that is dealing with that. They want to hear about a government that is making sure the economy grows, that's making sure that they're cracking down on crime in the streets. This is not, I'm not going to indulge in speculation about the future of individuals.
It's not just the future of individuals, though, it's the future of the Conservative Party, isn't it?
Yeah, but
that's why I'm asking the question.
The future of the Conservative Party, at the moment, we are in government and we are delivering the long-term change that the country needs.
Do you think that this is an election-winning team now around the Prime Minister?
Yes, I do.
And do you think that this is the team, I guess, that he always hoped to would be able to assemble, but perhaps wasn't able to before?
I don't know about that. I don't know what the Prime Minister was kind of thinking on that specifically, but I do know that this is a strong team that is united behind him.
Do you have an issue with the fact that there isn't a single woman in the four great offices of state?
No, I think that what we've seen is the right people in the right jobs. I mean, I'm obviously, come into cabinet. I'm incredibly proud about doing that. I am from a comprehensive school background. This is something that is, I think, what we see here is people being judged on their merit.